Yeah, I had been wanting to do a musical, sort of big, full-fledged musical for a while, and I first met Jordan back in 2010, 2011.
Yeah, 6 years ago, yeah.
And actually both of us were kind of somewhat recently moved to LA at the time, sort of finding our way in the city, and so I think those were the two things I think it started with. You know, I myself wanted to do a musical in the vein of the 30s, 40s MGM musicals, but kind of set for today and modernized and updated, and then also trying to kind of tell a story about LA and what it does to the people who come here and the people who live here.
But yeah, I was a young producer, hadn't done a ton of stuff, and I was introduced. Me and another producer on the film, Fred Berger, were introduced to Damien by a mutual friend of ours, and he had done Guy and Madeline on Park Bench, which we'd both seen, and there was a lot of really great stuff in there. We knew he had a lot of potential as a filmmaker. But, it was like, sit with him, talk to him, he wants to make a musical. Okay. So we sat down, and he just had this, like, incredibly infectious energy telling us about an original musical that he wanted to do. It was set in LA, it was a love story. The original songs written by his college roommate. So we totally signed up for that. And it was infectious, the way he spoke about the type of film he wanted to make. It was very much, where Fred and I were in our careers, very much the kind of film we wanted to make, something that was incredibly ambitious, not cynical, something that just kind of, shot for the stars, at risk of cliche, but, and it took a lot of time and a lot of pounding on doors. We developed the script and the music together, and we sort of put a whole package together, and people really liked the material initially, because it was a really good script. The songs are a lot of what you ultimately hear in the picture, but people were just sort of scared of the ambition of it and the risk. And then ultimately Lionsgate came along and said, okay, we want to make this movie. We want to make a movie that you guys have been talking about. So a lot of people were like, well, I'll make this version, or well, actually, can you do this, make that version? But Lionsgate was like really the first person to say, we are going to make the version of the film that you guys have been talking about, and which is pretty incredible.
I just love that, like, it's at this, we're here to sit around film. This is awesome. Emma Stone. Okay. Now, tell us about your first meeting about this movie and why you were driven to it, but you also were a little, apprehensive. Like, what won you over?
Well, I think I have to speak close to my, right? This needs to come really close to your mouth. Damien was told that earlier, so I'm just gonna go for it.
Yes.
It's too bad Ryan does this.
So I first met with Damien, and we talked about the film, and I then read the script after having kind of heard and seen this infectious energy that Jordan is talking about. It was, he immediately had such a clear vision for it, and it was very interesting to me. And I was also doing a musical on stage every night when I met him, and so I was like sick beyond belief. I mean, my voice was gone all the time, and I was really, really sick. And so I read the script, and I was like, this is so incredible, and how can I ever sing again? Because this is like, I had literally no voice. I was like drinking honey from the jar. And Damien came to the dressing room, and he sat with me. And I don't know if any of you have a Theracane, but I had this Theracane, which is like this green cane that gets into the knots in your back. And I'm like sitting in a robe with this Theracane, which Damien calls a technocrane. And I was like, what do you want to do here? What's this? And he played the music for me. He played some of the score that Justin had written and sort of talked about. Originally, there was this sort of overture that was on a palm tree, and there was, some things that changed in the end, but it was basically this sweeping 50s MGM and sort of French movie musical that he wanted to make set in the modern day. And I was like, this sounds awesome, but I'm never going to be able to sing or dance again. so after many conversations, we reached the conclusion that I guess I would be able to sing and dance again. And it was totally worth it. We had 3 months of, incredible rehearsal for this, so it was really special.
Let's talk about that rehearsal, especially because, like, so many of the scenes, I mean, I think all the music numbers are done in complete takes. That's bold, ballsy, ambitious, and it worked, like, beautifully. Like how much preparation, like what kind of preparation did you really have to do until you felt comfortable, like this is really gonna work?
Well, we learned to tap and ballroom dance. and our choreographer Mandy Moore was like extraordinarily patient and dedicated to teaching us how to do these types of dance that neither of us had really ever done. Ryan did extensive piano. It's always his hands on screen. He learned all of that piano. We did singing lessons because we were going to be singing live. We, worked with Damien on all of the, character development. We did scene work with him every day, and it was really just this kind of incredible. We were in Atwater Village in this kind of compound or campus. You call it a campus, right?
Compound sounds a little.
We weren't allowed to be let out. We were locked into a compound. It was kind of like a basement, and so we would go and we would bounce around to like costumes or and then move into our dance room and then go meet with Damien and then do a singing lesson, and Ryan would go to piano, and that was kind of our whole summer of 2015.
It was amazing because they both Ryan and Emma, one of the things when they signed up for the picture, they sort of demanded that we have the time to rehearse, which is amazing because as a producer you kind of encounter actors, especially actors of the level that Ryan and Emma are, with schedule issues and I can't do this and I can't do that, and come in and come out, but they were just really clear